Hi, so this is DigitalFemme and welcome to my channel. So in this video, I really kind of want to talk about what it's like to be a remote worker. And, I've been doing remote working for almost 10 years now, and I really chose to do that. I really wanted to just use the internet and a laptop so I can work from anywhere. And now that I've actually achieved the goal that I wanted in terms of working conditions or a working type of lifestyle, there are things that are great about it and there are things that are not so good about it. So if you'd like to hear what I have to say, and if you're interested about remote working or how you want to get into it, then continue watching. Hi, I'm glad you stayed. So you see me sitting here. I've actually been here since 7:45 in the morning, and now it is almost about 11:15 at night. I haven't been sitting here consistently. I did go up to get some water, to get a cup of coffee, to get something to eat in the kitchen behind me, or to use the restroom. But basically, I've been here for more than 12, 13, 14, whatever hours. And is that a normal thing? No, it isn't. But there are instances where, because you don't have a 9 to 5 job, or even if you do, but you work remotely and there are things that need to be done, you just end up doing it. So with that said, I actually work for a marketing agency in Toronto. And as you know, with marketing agencies and ad agencies, they put in a lot of hours. I never knew how many hours marketing or ad agencies put in until I started working for one when I was in Germany back in 2009, 2010. Yeah, it was just something new to me because I had previously been a nurse. My previous career was a nurse, and I did 12-hour shifts. I did the three 8-hour shifts, so I knew how that went. And no matter how stressful a nursing shift became, you still had the option to leave and then come back to the same patient, or you came back a couple of days later because you had a day off. In marketing/advertising agencies, that's not the case. Basically, your clients are like patients, except they're not sick. They are just as demanding as patients, and some aren't. But basically, because they're paying you, then you really have to be on the ball and deliver results. So I guess, you had to know that there are compromises I made along the way to make sure that I was able to have a career or a position where I can work remotely. And I can talk about that later in another video. If you're interested, do let me know in the comments below. So, the one thing I will say about working from home or remote working, it's not really all that glamorous like you see on Instagram. I know there's a lot of Instagram accounts where they say that you can work from anywhere, and then you see them basically all over the world with a laptop in Egypt, in Cancun, in Paris, like everywhere, or mountain climbing. Like, that's great for them. I don't know how much really that is true, because earlier in my remote work life, I did travel a lot. And as much as it was nice seeing places and experiencing the different foods, it wasn't all that glamorous. Well, not in my day, because number one, you had to, first of all, there are countries or cities that you're just new, and it's not just a matter of exploring. You really had to set up for Wi-Fi. You had to get Wi-Fi, you had to find Wi-Fi, and sometimes back then the phones, you had to get like a SIM card for your phone. Hopefully you didn't have a locked phone. And then there was like also, accommodation. So I don't know, like kudos to those remote workers that get to travel all over the world and, put themselves up on a nice cabana on a beach. So I've had that once. When I was in, not Barcelona, Benidorm, Spain. I was able to work from a beach where you saw me with my, bare toes in the sand and my laptop. But that was the only time. Well, actually, no, there was a couple of other times, but you know what I'm talking about. It's not like the norm. So right now, I just choose to work from home. Why? Is because I used to like working at different cafes all over the cities that I like frequent. But now that I'm actually staying put, and I've been staying put for quite a number of years right now, I think it's because I was just tired of the travel and the the stress of the travel and the relocating or finding, what is it, the Wi-Fi and accommodations. And you know what? So I've been here. I've have two screens in front of me. I'm just gonna say this. My eyes are tired. They're really bug-eyed. I'm sure they're strained. And in addition to, I'm probably dehydrated. I think I've only had like 2 cups of water. So excuse me, but my speech and my brain is just like meh. But I am doing the 1,000 day challenge, and that's choosing to do one thing for 1 hour a day for 1,000 days straight. So I've chosen to do a video and uploading a video in this YouTube channel. So that's why I'm doing this, even though it's late and I'm really tired, because I'm going to upload one video for 1,000 days. And I think this is my 84th video today. So let's get back to remote work. Yeah, as much as it's nice to work from home, it's really hard to find balance. I mean, I'm really making the effort to find balance. And usually I try to stop working at a certain time, like 5 in the evening or 5 late afternoon or 6 or whatever, so that I can have an evening to myself. So obviously this evening is cutting in, this work time is cutting in the evening that I want. So what ends up happening is I can't just go to sleep right after getting off this computer for work. I need to unwind. And usually, how do I unwind? I get on Netflix. And right now I've been watching Cobra Kai. So I'm really into that. And that's how I unwind, and then I fall asleep. I just need that unwinding time. And so that involves a lot of screen time. So I don't even know how my eyesight is going. It could be like, you know what? I'm going to need to see an optometrist soon just to get my eyes checked, because obviously it's not getting any better, and it's probably getting a little bit, worse. So I'm going to have to check that. So those are a few of the things that, if you're going to be a remote worker, you really have to make sure you have balance in your life. You know what? Sometimes there are weeks where I go out where I don't even see the sun other than through the window. Like literally, sometimes I don't go out and get sun. And if I do, I make a point to just, I make it a point to just, run to the mall or walk to the mall, which is really a 4-minute walk, just to, go to Shoppers Drug Mart and get a chocolate bar or something, just so I can get out, and then I come back. So I'm kind of concerned about, wow, I'm not really getting a lot of sun. It's okay. Do I really need it? I'll just pop a couple of vitamin D tablets. Another thing about remote working is it's kind of lonely. I mean, I love being alone. I'm actually comfortable just being in my own space and just working on my own. But then once in a while, I notice that when we get on meetings on Zoom, I kind of end up using that to socialize. So yes, we talk about work-related stuff, but then I also kind of want to inject a little bit of social, just social energy, just being all funny and everything, because I need that, as opposed to just being serious and everything like that, which I can be serious, and then I can also be really, really super goofy. What else? So if you are thinking about remote working or want to be a remote worker, first of all, you have to find a job or a position that affords you that. If you have enough experience and skills and you've been working in a corporation for a long time and you're in a senior management or management role, you can consider being a consultant. And if you want to know about that, there are so many YouTube channels talking about the transition from, a corporate 9-to-5 life and going on your own as a freelance consultant. So you can Google that. There's also social media. There's freelance writers, there's copywriters, there's graphic designers. Like, oh my God, there's just so many things you can do. So let's say you did get a job or a role or a position in a company or working remotely. Good for you. The next challenge is having a structure and a routine so that when you are home, you actually work. I know that for the first 2 or 3 years of being a remote worker, I was challenged because I stayed at home, obviously, and like there was laundry to do, there was like plants to water, there was like nail polish. I would look at my nails and I go, oh, I need to, I would polish my nails. It's just ridiculous. So how I was able to get structured and find a routine is I really treated remote work as if I was going to work. So I made sure to get up every day at a certain time, take a shower, dress up like I was going to work. I wouldn't wear shoes. I'd wear I'd be barefooted, but I'd put on a nice shirt or pants or a skirt or whatever, put my makeup on, do my hair, and literally make a cup of coffee and then find a space in my apartment or wherever I was staying and dedicate it as a workspace. And then boom, that's it. I'm at work. And I didn't learn that until, like I said, 2 or 3 years after I got into remote working, because it's really hard. It's really challenging. And especially if you have people at home, like if you have, I don't have children or anything, but I can imagine that if you're living with somebody and they're a remote worker too, then that is, I don't know, that's really different. So sometimes it's good to find a dedicated cafe that you can go to and treat it like it is your place of employment. You know what I mean? Because at least there's Wi-Fi, hopefully, and then you have you find your own table, and then you see people, and you know what? You'll always see other remote workers frequenting the same cafe as you or venue. So that's kind of good. And plus they have also co-working spaces. The good thing about working remotely is you don't really spend a lot of money on clothes. You don't spend money at all on transportation, and commute time, there is none other than, from the bedroom to your office. Another thing that's good is you get to rest more. And then, you do get to do the things you want to do as long as you meet deadlines or you're there for meetings and you are productive. But then the good thing is you can also do things like you can take 15 minutes or 30 minutes or however long to do something else in your home, that maybe yoga. Maybe you can take a break and actually do a 30 or 40 minute yoga instead of your lunch, which I think people do that anyway, even though if they have to go to a 9-to-5 job. So anyway, I forget what I said about that. But yes, I don't know. I think I covered a lot, or maybe not enough, but I do want to continue talking about what it's like to be a remote worker. I know I think I covered the advantages and disadvantages of the good things and the not so good things, but that's just from my point of view. I think I'm going to really stop right now. I have to finish something, actually. I just remembered I have to finish something for tomorrow. I have another early 8 o'clock in the morning meeting. So if you found this video interesting, or, you're kind of I piqued your interest, or you're thinking, you know what, I'd like to see her next video on remote working, then consider liking this video and do consider subscribing. Well, anyway, wherever you are, have a great day and have a great evening. And you know what, if you guys have Netflix, do watch Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai is it is I forgot what it's called. I'm at a loss for words. It is like a continuation of the original Karate Kid and it's just good. Anyway, if you're not into it, that's fine. But for those that are, I'm really finding the series really good. And I think I'm already in season 2. And I just started watching it yesterday. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I binge watched last night. So I'm going to go now. And anyway, thank you for watching. And if you have any questions about remote working, if you want to know anything, then please put it in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer it. Okay, thank you so much. Bye-bye.